Guys, deluded, I'm back again. YouTube's N'Golo Kante, YouTube's Lucas Torreira, the best YouTuber at this. That's a fact. Like, I am the greatest YouTuber ever. I am the best currently in this space. We know that no one can challenge that opinion. They can rant and rave, but ain't no one listening to the shit they got to say apart from me, really and truly. We all know I talk that right stuff, but deluded, I'm back again. Fridays, Q&A days, as usual. Mind my handwriting. My handwriting is dead because that's me adding in questions you guys have asked me as I'm about to do it. Thank you very much for the questions. As you can see, you lot go ridiculously ham each and every time. Diverse set of questions and them things there. So I can't not rate you lot enough. And thank you very much for it. Keep it coming because without you, it's nothing. But let's not waste any more time. Jordan's asked me, could Leon Bailey one day become a false nine? Well, I personally think his future's on the flanks, but you can't ignore that. Ultimately, if he improves his movement, which is quite good, and things like that, why not? He's got good movement so far. It can improve. He's got a good eye for goal. He's got a work rate. It could happen. It really could. It's something that I can't see, but I can't rule it out because of that question, I can kind of paint a picture in my head. So that's a good shout, man. I think his future will be on the flanks. Hopefully, it's representing Jamaica, but we'll see, man. A good question. Cameron Lee's asked, well, go on, blood. What you saying, bro? What's your thoughts on the player that I advised you to scout last time? And I saw that vid. I'm not too sure what player you asked me to scout last time, bro. And I don't know. And in regards to the vid, like an idiot, I've printed out the link, so I can't exactly see it. And you've put, in regards to that link, it makes me think that it could help you for your dreams. Well, I'll check that link out, bro, and thank you very much for that. In regards to the player that you've asked me to scout, I can't say I know it off the top of my head. So, yeah, moving on. Dodo's asked, where can I send you some couple dollars for lunch or something? Your work is part of my daily, so I just smoke less. No problem, sorted. I appreciate that, bro, but I've never been and never will be a charity case. Moving on. Marble Hall TV asks, shout out to you, always asking me questions. Deluded, do you go to games? When I have the money and when I have the time, why not? I mean, if people wanted to pay for me and give me a season ticket, I'll be at every damn game. But as we know, Arsenal's paying through the nose. I'm not exactly rich. So like you lot, if I can't go, I'm on the laptop, I'm on the TV, I'll watch it however I can, to be fair with you. So yeah, not that you're saying that, but a lot of people generally do use that to belittle fans or try and belittle their opinion, and I think it's some nonsense. Obviously, you see different things live than you do at a game, but it is what it is. George has asked me, why do I keep saying asked it? That's not English. DG, since we need a winger, do you think we should make a cheeky bid for Memphis Depay to irritate United fans? Well, not purely to irritate United fans, but I'd be up for that. It's a shame because the window's closed now, and we're at the mercy, to humour you, if that was the case, we're at the mercy of foreign clubs if they do want to take a chance on him, which he hasn't been shy in saying that he wants to step up from Lyon in the near future. We'll see how that goes. Joker's asked, DG, what's your take on the Swedish youth system and the upcoming players who are on the fringe of the on the men's? Let me do that again. That's mad. What's your take on the Swedish youth system and the upcoming players who are on the fringe of the men's football? Personally, I think next World Cup we might actually do bits. Well, yeah, there's some good players, man. There's some good players coming through, like the young lad at Dortmund, for example. Seeing is believing, so you probably are more clued up on that than myself. But we'll see how it goes, man. I know Sweden have always created some good technically based players, but it seems like there's a special crop potentially coming through. My boys asked me, well, that's his name. Do you like Arsenal Fan TV and what they do? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Arsenal Fan TV and what they do, specifically Robbie, Troops, Turkish Gunnar. There's a couple of the lesser names, but I'm not a fan of the ones that rant and make it all about them promoting Snapchats and things like that. But in principle, I really rate what Robbie's doing. He needs a real guy on that. Let's not lie. I mean, he knows he needs DG. I know Robbie. I know you see my vids. I know everybody see my vids. I know people are scared. Come on, man. You're not gonna lose. You're gonna get more views if you bust me, Robbie. But moving on. Riyad's asked, hey bro, keep up the good content. Shout out to you, my guy. And you've asked me, do you think if Ramsey doesn't extend, then letting Jack Wilshere go could come back to bite us? By the way, you pronounced my name right last time, like Riyad in brackets Mara. Shout out to you, Riyad, man. Apologies if I got it right and then got it wrong. But you could say that because we'd be another midfielder short, but I don't necessarily believe that to a degree because as much as I love Wilshere and I wanted him to stay, he's not really vital to the side. I mean, he's a good rotation option in that, but if he was picking the best Arsenal side with everybody here at the club, I'm not sure Wilshere makes it into that. When you look at things away from emotion and sentiment with Wilshere, he's a great player, but no more important than the others. So I don't necessarily believe it ties into each other. I do believe they're obviously both midfield players and both have similarities and both have to do the same jobs, but they're two sorts of players. Wilshere's somewhat elevated into this deep lying, creating tempo, driving runs and creating play. Ramsey kind of the same, but more to score goals and be a nuisance and drive late driving runs and that runs forward off the ball. So yeah. T Amazing asks, what's your thoughts on Kik Pieri, the centre back that plays in Holland? I've made a video about him. If you just type in deluded and that, there it is. You've also asked, what's your thoughts on Salford City's transfer window? They're offering players more money than some get in League One. I mean, it is a bit beaky. It is a bit beaky, and it is weird if you're a non-league club and you can offer enough money to give someone a full-time wage. Then it is what it is, innit? But yeah, I mean, football's getting out of control in that sense. So we'll see how it goes, how it develops even more. You've also asked me, how do you quantify how many mistakes a player or a team makes before judging they're not learning from their mistakes? That's a tough one. It depends. It really depends. It really depends. I couldn't put a time scale on that, but sometimes, obviously, with certain players, I mean, you're always going to get mistakes. Like Marcelo likes to go forward. Time to time, you will be caught going forward. Certain ball playing centre-halves will be caught. So certain things will happen. But if I look at Mustafi, it took me a while. It probably took me until February last year where I really was kind of done with him, because if you're not going to learn, all your mistakes have led you up to that point in the cup final, and you've done it again against Sergio. So that's someone that continuously hasn't learned from mistakes, and if he has, apologies, but on the purpose he hasn't. So it's a difficult one, my guy. And I think when you just know, you know, sort of thing, you can't really put a time scale on it. You've also asked, what's your thoughts on Bolt wanting to break into pro football? I hope he does it. It'd probably be rubbish, but in fact, no, it won't, man. If he plays, because he's Jamaican, instantly best player in the world, along with Wes Morgan and Raheem Sterling, instantly the three best players in the world. But yeah, moving on from that bant. You've asked me on a serious note, what's your most frustrating thing about creating content? It's difficult. I'd say the duration of creating content, because I'll sit here and make bare vids and you've got to upload them and listen to them and things. I place a lot of pressures on myself. More time, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it gets long. I don't want to make vids more time, but you have to. It's a commitment. So I'd probably say them sort of things there. Igals asked me, he's asked me, what's your best top six? Who's had the best window in the top six? I think that says. My handwriting's been poor. I've said Liverpool. You've also asked me, should the EPL hand out more trophies like the most improved? No, because it becomes a charity case. If they are going to bring through more awards, I'd like it go to defenders, because I don't believe defenders in football generally are recognised enough. And the one time they was in 2006, the man who won Ballon d'Or didn't deserve that. So yeah, and you've also asked me finally, if you could go to a game every season without fail and it would be a definite, what game would you go to? I'd say Arsenal versus Spurs, whether it's at the Emirates or White Hart Lane down the road from my house, would be one. If someone could guarantee me for years that I could go to that, it'd be that one, my guy. Ryan's asked me, mixtape of the year. Tough one, you've put me on the spot, but I'd probably say, I'm rating Heady One's thing. I've been banging that out, so I'd probably say that. I was listening to that before I started this. Main man Ubbers asked, who's your top 6 managers in the Premier League? I'd probably say Pep Guardiola, Pochettino, Unai Emery, for what he believes in, Jurgen Klopp, because for what I just like how he handles his business. A weird one, and it will probably shake you lot, just because I have admiration for the man in general. I'd probably say Rafa Benitez, but you put me on the spot with that, so I'll probably change my opinion. So yeah. And you've also asked, if you were Unai, would you play the first or the second team in the group stage of the Europa League? It depends who we get, my guy, but I'd probably rotate some, and some that are not getting games in the domestic campaign would probably play in that, like last year. So yeah. Digi Scott asks, for your Q&A, if Sienchu is only 20 million and 22 and Vida is 25 mil and 29, then is this Svev or someone else who's making the decision? Svev has the reputation for scouting young players, and yet 29-year-olds in defence is what we seem to be getting, except Mav. Bro, I wish I knew, man. This is what I mean by, I think, Unai Emery, he's suggesting... I don't even think it's Svev. I think someone in this club is suggesting targets and they're getting thrown back. Like, I really think someone is being shagged at this club behind the scenes, my guy. And I wish I really had some answers for you with that logic, because I sit here in the same spot as you and baffle myself. So, yeah, man. Usher's asked, what's your opinion on the fan agent initiative that John Smith was speaking about on Arsenal Fan TV? It sounds good, but for me it does sound a bit funny and I would be reluctant to trust it. But that's me personally. Don't allow my opinion to affect yours. Do your own research. Thank you very much for the question. We're probably going to have to do another Q&A. There's bare questions here. Harry Hunter's asked, Q&A, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Ozil, Mkhitaryan, Ramsey, Xhaka, Torreira. That's 7 starting quality players competing for 6 midfield and attacking spots. Who are you going to put on the bench? Probably Mkhitaryan out of all of them, to be fair with you, and probably even Xhaka. But I love Xhaka and I love Mkhitaryan, so no disrespect. Rax has asked, is Unai doing what Arsene Wenger did in 2010-11 and giving young players time in the cup? To a degree, my guy, I do think that is the case, but they're going to play a lot in the Premier League, in my opinion. And you've also asked, what's my thought on Dozzell of Ipswich? I rate him. I like him a lot, man. It was sad that he got them injuries a couple of years ago, but I rate him a lot, man. I think he's got potential to play in the Premier League. Very good midfield, and he bopped West Ham the other day. So, yeah, man. Am I missing out any questions? Let me see. Alf Tupperman has asked, could Arsenal be selling players to reduce the wage bill because of FFP? I'm not sure if I've answered this before, but it sounds familiar. I don't necessarily think so. I don't think that's the case. You've also asked, are Arsenal selling off players who are not able to play the way Unai Emery wants? That's true to a degree, my guy. And you've also asked, no, you haven't asked something else. That's me looking at the wrong thing. But yeah, I think I've answered everybody's question, so I don't think we need to do it in another video. But all I can say is, people, thank you very much for these questions. It means the world. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest so we can go again with another Q&A. I'm going to get out of you guys' hair before the video cuts out. But yeah, thank you very much. Like I said, you guys go ham every damn question. I really love you guys for that. Please ask questions again. Please subscribe to my socials. They're all in the description. DeludeGuna04 on everything. Snap DGuna04. Please like, subscribe, and yeah, man, enjoy your Friday or what's left of it. I'm out, man. Guys, Deluded. You're rocking with the best. I love you all, man. DG Nation.